what to do with that animal that is evidence, with the even specifically the DOAs, and making sure if we're holding him for necropsies, making sure the fridge is locked and all those little things, sometimes it's, like, I've got evidence in my office door. I'm like, am I even holding it properly? And come and like collect it from me, but I'm like, I know, but you're collecting it from me, but aren't you concerned about how I was holding it? So I wouldn't say I feel like I messed up or something. It just feels like, don't you expect more from me? Or, it just seems, it made me concerned if that's how sometimes evidence is collected from citizens. How many other cases where that's happening, where that's how it's collected, and just kind of, yeah.
So, no. So let me unpack that, guys. And again, we're over here at episode 52. Aldwin's breaking down outside of being sworn, semi-sworn, quasi-sworn, or being a citizen or working for the Humane Society. Sometimes you get evidence. What do you do with it? And then for us, the police, stuff like that. So my thing is this. It has to be a working relationship with police, aka sheriff office, and with a Humane Society or a private property fund like that. It has to be a working MOU on what to do. Okay. For me, I come in there, and the first thing I'm supposed to do when I come on the scene, even though I'm already formulating a plan when I'm driving there, listen, what's going on? What's up? How long are we keeping the animals? What are animals? What like that? Has anybody looked at the animals? Are they going to the vet? Are we doing a regular exam? Are we doing a forensic exam? What are we doing? Questions. And then chain of custody. Who can adopt these animals if they're released? Who can get these animals if they're released? Who can't get these animals if they're released? Live, unborn, or, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We go through the warrant process. So it's a whole bunch. I love that you unpack that. I'm like, okay, I got this. And then when you have other officers or other individuals who are not sworn, but have something to do with the case, what do you do? Mo Alley, out there, she runs AIR, and out there in Texas, she's a sworn civilian that goes out there and helps everybody with the cases. And she's like, okay, and she creates murder books, just like a regular murder book, like that. Incredible files like that, detail. Some officers like it. Some people like this. What are you doing? Because they don't understand animal law. You know what I'm saying? They like this. Oh, you're a dog catcher. You a fluffy lover. Whatever like that. You're like, no, this was a crime. I'm trying to help you out. Here is all the evidence that I collected to help you with the case, if they even deem it a case. You feel me? So I think there should be a crossover with law enforcement, aka sheriff, police, deputized, whatever like that, and with humane societies and animal control to work these cases out. Because outside of punitive damages, there's criminal charges and stuff like that. And then what do you do with the evidence? And sometimes the evidence is what? Collars, leashes, what like that, or the animal. The animal is considered evidence. The only thing is what? Living evidence, where it will change. It will, the prognosis and diagnosis will change. It will get better or get worse, or go stir crazy on how long you keep them. So I appreciate you bringing that in. Honest conversation. Next one I got for you is favorite place to visit or vacation.
That's easy. I just at any given moment, I would much rather just be home with my family than anywhere else.
That's in South Carolina?
My wife and kids. Oh. So wherever they are is where I want to be.
Wow. Did y'all hear that? Like I said, his wife is she got one. She got one, okay? Because he said the right words. For all you who want to swoon, if you Google Aldwin Roman, he's a gorgeous man. He's a gorgeous man, okay? He's a gorgeous man. His hair's to the side and everything. He's dapper. He's it's okay. AKA, we already have Ian Andrews, 007. He has to be the other 007. He's a gorgeous man, always shaved. Never seen you with a third shadow, stuff like that. You're always, look good and everything like that. And you're pleasant. The one thing, me and you're pleasant. You're not loud. You're not crazy. You're just pleasant. Every time I talk to you, every time we interact like that, every time me and you get together, me and you have fun, but you're pleasant. And I'm like this. So guys, you already know me, aka Lord Vader. I used to, throw $1,000 tickets out there, and I used to be, they was called rude. I say direct, but I was probably New York rude. Stop it. Stop fucking laughing. because you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, good. Fuck you. But Aldwin, totally different. He is the same person, beginning to end. And his facial expression is like, okay, he seems, and it doesn't seem. He will empathize and sympathize with you to get to whatever he has to do. And he actually feels that's like that. Hands down, bro. I have learned a lot from you, but just gleaning on how you do things. And I had to take a different approach, especially after I retired. I had to take a different approach. Like, okay, what the fuck am I doing wrong? You have a great character about you. Your discord and your decorum is flawless. You have as I would say, a great package. You're unassuming, but at the same time, I think you get to the point and you want to help out the situation. And as we always say, you want to what? Interview the person, educate the person, and eliminate the problem. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's me and you. Me and you talk. And I know, at some of my classes, you're like, who is this ridiculous person on the stage or who has a microphone in front of you? I did my best to teach all my students how to be real about it, but how to get the information and resolve the problem. You know, I got another question for you. Are you a great teammate?
I mean, I try to be. I think, like what you were saying. I mean, I appreciate all the compliments, but it's a work. It's a constant effort. You know, like sort of like, you know, you can never be good. Being good is not what you're trying to do. What you're trying to do is striving to be good, and that's like a philosophy thing, whatever. But that's kind of it. You know, I don't try to be humble because I don't. You know, it's a constant effort to try and be reasonable and try and find solutions and be a solution. Provide solutions instead of just providing problems. And, you know, and I'm a little bit of a cynic, so I just have to constantly fight against my own tendency to just not trust people.
Oh, no. Okay, so I like that. That leads into, this is what he said, leads it. This is a segue. I don't trust people. My job as quasi law enforcement is not to trust people, it's to trust the facts on the evidence that's out there. So, and only people I trust, kids under probably 9, because they speak their truth every fucking time they talk it. Kids are the best people you want to interview if you can, because they'll tell the whole thing. My mama, they take it because they get hit by a train, and they just talk. I'm like, I love it. I love it. You know, now the thing is, you need to get that because the child might go missing later on because they spoke the truth. But, you know, it is what it is, okay? It is what, Aldwin, we talking, it is what it is. What happened to little Timmy? Little Timmy left. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Last question on this. Are you a dog, cat person, and why?
I'd say I'm a dog person. I'd say why? Gosh, I've just been able to form much stronger bonds with dogs, and I would say when I started animal welfare, I didn't know I'm not gonna say this, but I didn't know anything about cats at all, like literally nothing. I didn't know what went in and what went out, literally nothing. So I've gone to appreciate them. And I would say So I fostered quite a bit through the Animal Society, and my thing that gets me the most interested is kind of the unusuals. I've seen dogs. I've been doing this long enough. I know how they are. I've seen cats. I know how they are. You know, I fostered a baby rooster. His first time taking care of a bird. Just, you know, you have all these notions of how they are, and then you spend time with one individually, and you hear how they communicate, and you just, wow, like this bird, this pig, they have such complex ways of communicating, no different than a dog or a cat. Yet sometimes as a society, we raise up dogs and cats as different or better or higher level beings almost than other animals, when really they're all highly complex with their own, they all deserve their own respect. So that's, you know, I'm drawn to dogs, but I love them all, honestly.
Question, what is that to your right a picture of? Because it looks like a cow.
It is a cow. Someone
Okay.
gave me, because I'm the resident vegan, I guess, so some kind of painting of a cow, so they gave me the cow.
because for you guys who can't see, I'm looking at his office and everything, and that big Kawa. What is Kawa, and why are you a part of it? Talk to me.
So Kawa is a certified animal welfare administrator. So outside of enforcement type certification, certified cruelty investigator, certified animal control, Kawa is more on the administrative operations side that gives you that. I would say is probably the highest credential of animal welfare as a field altogether, other than being a veterinarian. I mean, those are all specialized. It's the most high certification that is most well-rounded. Mm-hmm. To sit for your Kawa, you have to know about shelter medicine. So you have to know about infectious diseases. You have to know about managing nonprofits. So you have to know how to do business management. You have to know how to do management. You have to know fundraising strategies and marketing. So it's this whole encompassing thing. And taking and sitting for my Kawa was the most eye-opening because I was very much an operations, hands-on, boots-on-the-ground person. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of sometimes critical of those other aspects. Like, I don't understand why you're doing this with fundraising. Like, you're losing I'm the worker. You're just behind your desk, making up a design. I'm really critical of it. But when I looked at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is all this big picture. These are all just cogs in this big wheel this big machine. The more cogs we can put in, the bigger this machine, the more impact we can have. And so for me, it's kind of like there's like those shows where they kind of see all the numbers flying in front of them and then just like the light bulb clicks. Mm-hmm. That's how it was for me when I sat for my call. I'm just like, I get it now. I get how all these pieces work. I just got to figure out how to move certain ones to get the outcomes that I want. So, I mean, I'd recommend anyone sit for their call. I think I sat for it back in 2016 and been able to maintain it, which is it's not that hard. You just go to conferences, get continuing education credits. So, and it's so offered through the Association of Animal Welfare Advancement.
I appreciate bringing up stuff like that. I'm trying to get Jim Tedford on. It's hard to reach his ass half the time. So me to you, plug Jim, holler at him, tell him, dude, wants to see him. 30 minutes, not more, no less. 30 minutes. Jim Tedford, great guy. We're going to talk. We'll talk next conversation. We talk about Ted. Listen, I appreciate you. We're going to get off in a second. Anything you need to promote or tell your Charleston, South Carolina citizens, anything you need to promote about you or about your company, go.
Well, no, I want to appreciate you, Kevin.
Okay.
I mean, I've been through a lot of training. I've been to a lot of conferences, and even though we haven't talked about it, it's maybe been 4 years that we've probably seen each other face to face.
Right.
I see you, and it's just like we saw each other yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
You say you're almost sometimes critical of your own training and your opinions, but honestly, it was impactful. It's memorable. I remember those things like it was yesterday. I remember being in Atlanta, sitting in that desk and listening to you talk, and I took every single level of that training, and you were there. It had an impact on me, and that's one of the things that I keep in my mind that I use to do my job every day is the things that I learned from you, how to do proper investigations, how to do it right, what you really need to do, and something. If I'm dealing with new or completely inexperienced officers, I think of training you told me. I'm not an animal control officer, but I learned from one of the best, and so I've been trying to impart that knowledge to officers that I may meet that want more information. If you want it, Kevin's the man.
We talking, and again, I don't get choked up and all like that. I appreciate you because we've been knowing each other over the years like that. I have not fucking changed. I'm still a death stalker. Okay, I still. And this is the only thing that has changed about me is where I am currently. I don't get to lock motherfuckers up. We talking? Oh, when you've been in my classes where I come off. I just did a seizure, like 24, 25 people up, and then I'm in class the next day, and I'm still on that high. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. All the good words and kind words like that, and AKA flowers, I appreciate because, I've been in this almost 30 years. And I'm like this, hey, I still learn. I went to a death conference about 2 going on 3 weeks ago with my son who went from 911 operator who went to a police officer, and now he works for the a medical examiner's office. He's a death investigator.